master this brain that we have to be able to be better at problem solving. Even though I know so much about the brain, I'm so conscious now of being mindful of when my emotions are taking over and impacting my ability to think. How good are you at innovating? How good are you at initiating ideas? That means selling the concept once you've come up with it. Do you need that? How do you develop that? People aren't using their full potential in the workplace. What I propose to do is provide real traction in leadership development. And that is through teaching people how to be able to think more effectively and include that in problem solving, decision making, how to regulate their emotions and manage their stress, how to engage their people more effectively, how to adapt, and also be able to develop people with the brain in mind. Mood impacts our thinking greatly. Be more aware of the mood that you're in before you make a decision. Most people I know are familiar with the fact that sometimes their emotions, when they're impatient, they're frustrated, they're feeling stressed or anxious, they're not thinking as clearly. Many managers throw people into a threat state every day. 5 times every second, our brain scans the environment for whether something is a threat or a reward. And it's the brain's overarching principle to do this. And our brain is doing that, again, for our survival. So when we're in this threat state, our peripheral vision physically narrows. We can't solve problems as effectively. We are less likely to have insights. We don't see opportunities, and we are more afraid to look at different possibilities in ways of doing things, and we are risk averse. Creativity has been identified as the #1 challenge for Fortune 500 companies in the world. That is the challenge. We need more creativity, yet we're often in a threat state. We need to show managers how to become leaders and how to lead people in a positive way, to understand that that's the way they're going to get the best out of people. No more command and control. It doesn't work for knowledge workers. Top performing managers make their staff laugh 3 times more than mid-performing managers. What's the ratio of your managers in your workplace? How much are they making their staff laugh? See it, accept it, feel it and express it. The right brain. Smart and safe. Left and right brain. Whole brain goal setting. The brain, in terms of creating a new habit, needs positive attention and feedback. When you're in a threatened state, you're less likely to have insights, you have narrow thinking, and you're risk averse, and we need positivity and quiet times to have more insight and better problem solving. You can harness insights. Once you know more about how to have insights, you can become an insight machine. Our non-conscious is going all day, every day. Overnight, while we sleep, our conscious brain turns off. That's why we have all our problem solving often in the middle of the night, when we're exercising, when we first get up. So learning more about insights so that we can harness them and have more of them, and for example, bring them into the workplace, would be great. Being able to coach people to have insights, being able to slow people down enough and quieten their brain enough to have insights can make a big difference. 4 conditions required to have insights. You have to have a quiet brain, you have to be not focused directly on the problem, you have to be reflective thinking or inward looking, and you have to be in a reward state, not a threat state. Insights are the basic cornerstone of all creativity, of innovation, of empowerment. You feel so much more empowered. You know, you get a burst of dopamine. That's the feel-good neurochemical when you have an insight. Do you feel good when you have an insight? When you go, oh, I know what to do? You feel good. That's a drug, man. It's called dopamine. And those managers, when you are a manager, if somebody comes into you and says, oh, you know, I've got a problem, can you help me solve it? And you go, yep, sure. Bang, bang, bang. How's that? I go, oh, cool, thanks. You're the one who gets the dopamine hit because you gave yourself a status burst. They don't get a dopamine hit. That's not very nice. Okay, this is a really important drug that's used in business for success. And if you share it around a bit, by allowing people to have more insights, by saying, I don't know, what do you think? You've been here before, I bet you can solve it. Tell me what your thoughts are. Great idea. You get the insight. Bam, walk out that door with a bit of dopamine and you're on fire. That's engagement. Developing people with the brain in mind. Now is the time for coaching. And I don't mean showing people how to do things. I mean the type of coaching where a manager takes an ask toward the solution approach, where a manager helps facilitate improved thinking in their team members. So the manager isn't the person who everybody comes to with all the problems and doesn't get any time to do strategic thinking because all they do is problem solving, because their team members don't think. Their team members don't think because the manager trains them not to think. The manager trains them that if they have a problem, before they've done any thinking, they come straight into the manager and say, I've got a problem. What are you going to do to fix it? The manager fixes it. They go, okay, thanks, and they go out and they haven't even thought. Most managers, we're doing it all the time. Our managers train our people not to think. So coaching is so paramount, and it doesn't take much to generate a coaching culture. You need to train a few key people in coaching, and you need to get them to train their people. We need to use visualization. We need to say to someone, what will it feel like for you to achieve that at the end? What's it going to look like when you get there? Not just get them to write a sentence down, you know? Whole brain goal thinking is the first part of a brain-based coaching approach. Then when we're looking at their current situation or their reality in GROW model, you know, goals, reality, options, what next? Take it to the next level. Don't just ask someone, what's exactly your problem at the moment? Who's involved? What did they say? When did it happen? What is it costing? The reason we ask those sort of questions as managers is because we want to solve the problem. That's detail, it's problem, it's drama. Keep them in planning, keep them in vision. What's it going to look like for you to achieve the outcome? How important is it for you to resolve them? Get them to reflect on their own thinking, and you have more chance of an insight. That's what we train in coaching. It's basic coaching with a brain-based approach. And it's totally different, and it's really important. Plus, you need to coach with compassion, and you need to coach to the positive. And the neuroscience behind all of that shows amazing things. Did you know, one last point I'm going to make is that when you coach with compassion, you increase your parasympathetic nervous system, you increase your own immune system. Like, what a bonus. That's pretty cool. Coach someone with compassion and say, what's your potential? I believe in you. I want to help you get your potential. I'm so here with you. You are making yourself live longer. That's the research. So coaching is an absolutely integral part, and so is being able to provide effective feedback. Remove this performance management. The neuroscience of performance management says it just throws everybody into a threat state the whole time. The whole performance appraisal thing, it's threat state. Do you know people go backwards 10% every time, every annual performances? Whole organisations go back in productivity by 10% because everyone's in a threat state. The managers are, because they have to deliver all the bad news that they've been saving up for 6 months because they've never had a conversation with the person before. And the person who hasn't had any idea how they're going, nothing in a performance appraisal should ever be something that's brand new. It should be forward-looking, not backward. Are you and your leaders on bald tyres, or do they have a great new set of tyres that has traction to build and promote real leadership in your organisations? Are they thinking and problem solving more effectively? Are they able to regulate and stress manage? Are they good at engaging everybody, not just a few who are similar to them, for example? Are they great at moving with the times and changing? And are they able to develop people really effectively? And my answer to that is bring in some neuroscience, bring in the brain, bring in some facts and some evidence-based approach to leadership development, and people love it. People love to understand more about their brain. They get so passionate about it.